There was a time not that long ago when Carly Fiorina was a rising star within the Republican Party, only to watch that star immediately come crashing back down to earth because of Donald Trump. But Carly Fiorina in 2016 hitched her wagon to Ted Cruz. And Cruz, even during the primary, said, "This is going to be my running mate, Carly Fiorina." They did that because they thought it would bolster Ted Cruz with the female vote, because Donald Trump was so repugnant to female voters. Didn't work out so well for them, but Fiorina stuck by Ted Cruz. And she continued to attack Donald Trump. As I remember correctly, I don't think she voted for him in 2016, certainly not in 2020. But this past week, Carly Fiorina gave an interview where she finally admitted that Ted Cruz has gone off the deep end and has just become a complete pro-Trump scumbag now. Here is what Carly Fiorina had to say. Let me read this. I have to say I'm very disappointed in Ted. I've been very disappointed in Ted for some time now. I tried to help Ted's candidacy because I thought it would be tragic and terrible if Donald Trump were the Republican Party's nominee. Turns out I was right about Donald Trump, and sadly it appears I was wrong about Ted Cruz. Now, Carly, the rest of us could have told you that, when you decided to be his running mate. As I've repeatedly said here, and I guess I'm going to have to continue to repeat this, Ted Cruz is a political chameleon. He's a guy that nobody likes because he continues to mold and shift himself into what he thinks is going to be the most politically expedient for him. He's slimy, he's underhanded, he's backstabbing, all because the guy wants more power. He wanted a spot with the George W. Bush administration, got pissed off when they didn't offer him one after he worked on the Bush v. Gore legal cases. But as the other Republicans on that campaign said, nobody liked Ted. And we're talking about late 2000, early 2001. That's the quote that came out of that. Nobody liked Ted. And it was because he was seen as an individual with no real soul or spine or backbone, but somebody that would just morph into whatever he thought would get him more power. And that is what we're seeing today with Ted Cruz. You know, last week he posted that ridiculous picture of himself at dinner with Donald Trump, reminiscent of the embarrassing picture Mitt Romney took at dinner with Donald Trump many years ago. But he's doing it to suck up. The reason Ted Cruz has been all in with Donald Trump for many years now, even after what Trump did to Cruz in the primaries, the things he said about his wife and his father, none of that mattered to Ted Cruz. As long as it meant Ted Cruz could maintain his position close to power and eventually usurp that very same power. And Carly Fiorina recognizes that now, but if she'd been paying attention, she would have known that before she even decided to be his running mate. But I think Fiorina's kind of probably a lot like Ted Cruz. They want the power. You got the ego there. Fiorina was very successful in her past. She wanted more. Ted Cruz has had, even though we don't like anything he stands for, he's technically, by definition, had a successful career. But it's not good enough. It's never good enough. And even if they obtain that highest office in the land, it's still not going to be enough, just like it was never enough for Donald Trump. These people are chasing a fantasy, and there is no way to fulfill what they think needs fulfilling. There is something missing from inside of them, and they think they can find it in the Oval Office, but they can't. It's not there. You're craving more and more power that simply doesn't exist. But Ted Cruz will continue pandering to Trump's base, trying to win them over to his side because he thinks that winning that office, winning the presidency, is going to fix whatever is broken inside him. But if you enter that White House as a shallow, vapid, and hollow individual, promise you, you're going to leave even worse.